Let's get it one way or another. The name is Law Nation. Come on. As the room fill up, be sure smash the like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go. They want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Even the ice ball. Let's go. Come on. Let the room fill up, baby. Let me know if you got your notifications on. The time is now, baby. Come on.
I want Mason your help.
Come on. Let's get it, baby. Don't be waving the white flag and get your hands off that panic button. Come on. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Yo. 2. Yep. What's up, everybody? Really appreciate you guys so much for jumping in. We've been talking about people with expectations, people that we would like to see during this training camp, and surprisingly, Leighton Vander Esch been that dude, right? He been a guy that's been consistent, solid all through training camp. He's been a guy that I seen put in extra time, even though we were banging on the table. Bring in Tupac, bring in Biggie, bring in such and such, you know. And it's been a situation whereas LVE may reinvert himself as the return of the wolf, you know. I may have to rebuild the wolf howl because he's been solid, right? And looked over, of course. And one thing I can tell you guys, sometimes pressure, right? Sometimes when you have a little pressure on you, you begin to say, okay, I'm going to do an extra rep here. I'm going to pick up an extra piece there. I'm going to try to understand that I need to be better in this light over here, right? And those are the things that LVE done did. Now, granted, just saying optimistically, you know, that he could be that guy of 2018, reemerging himself back into those graces. And when you have a better front, the front four, if they can create pressure, if they can get things better for you, then everything else will fall into place. And it appears that could be the case in a scenario with Leighton Vander Esch. Now, what we're going to do here, Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. And I want to tell you guys, these are the guys that stood out to me, right, in this midway through the preseason scenario. And, of course, we got a game tomorrow, and we will see if these guys can replicate that. But if I were to give out awards, like trophies to fall out of the sky, this first trophy have to go to my guy Dennis Houston, right? He's been phenomenal all this training camp. Let me move out the way. Yeah, let me know if y'all like my special effects. Let me do it again. You know, let me know if y'all like that. Maybe when I have a big budget, I have something falling out of the sky. If I have a producer or something like that, just come swooping in. But neither here nor there. Dennis Houston been the most surprising guy in this entire training camp. I would have to put him 1. And number 2, let me get the trophy down because I want to give him the special effects. Right? And it's quite strange that his initials is his position. Dayron Bland, DB, he get an award for being that guy that you can look back on and say, man, this dude elevated for his spot, for his position. Now, this is a catch from Dennis Houston. He went and got it, right? It's mine. Ball in the air. It's mine, right? So that's why he got 1 award, right? And then the other one. Let's look at the other one if we can. Give me 1 second here. Oh, before we look at the other play, pay attention to the people that rallies around him. That means a lot. You see the quarterback running down there. He kicked the ball. That's pretty cool or what have you. You see the quarterback running in there. You see the guy with the black hat. You see the wide receiver coach going in there. That enthusiasm goes a long way, Cowboy Nation. All right, let me show you guys the other one. Let me start it over. And shout out to Cowboys.com. And you will see my guy, Dayron Bland, walling out, positioning himself, and being able to pull the ball out of the air. I love it. I absolutely love it. And those things, Cowboy Nation, when you really dive deep into it, goes a long way. Right? And surprisingly, number 24 had a great time at camp in these last few weeks or what have you. 24 is easy. And I think it took time for him to grow into that spot, Cowboy Nation, of being the guy that was converted to that role, right? And that was easy, from a cornerback over to a safety spot. So those guys stood tall. And then, of course, Parsons did his thing. Sam Williams been doing his thing. The workout warriors like Osa, Gallimore, those guys, they've been doing their thing out here. And I really, 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 really like what they bring to the table. Let me see if I can get the trophy off the screen now. Appreciate y'all for jumping in. But while I look to get the trophy off the screen, I want to tell you guys these things right here. The Dallas Cowboys, bear with me. Where that trophy at? Come on, get on off of that now. Get on off of there. One day I'm going to find a way to shortcut it off. I tell you where it's going to stick until I find it. But Cowboy Nation, I want to play this audio of Dak Prescott because he's been one of the guys too, believe it or not, that's been such a good spot on this team that we all can say to ourselves, man, this doggone Dak Prescott, he didn't have the opportunities to do this last year. He didn't have the chances to showcase his talent and his abilities. And he was on with Peter King. And let's play this audio. Let's get Peter King up here and let's get Dak Prescott going.
Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. Dak, I just watched the joint practice between you and the Chargers for 2 days. And it really looked like you sort of were having fun with Justin Herbert and some of their guys and the throwing contest afterwards. What are these things like for you and like for players who, probably are just used to normal training camp?
Oh my God. Iceberg Slim says Dayron Bland is Everson Walls 2.0. Now, Everson is my guy. I will have to hold that spot to my guy, Trayvon Diggs. But if D-Ron can give us 11 interceptions or 12 interceptions this year, I'm not going to complain about that. I definitely won't complain about that at all. More the merrier, shoot. And watching our young guys stepping into it, that's a good thing. Someone asked, is Kelvin Joseph in trouble? No, he's not in trouble. He's a drafted guy. I think that he had put together 2 back-to-back practices from what I can tell. And Kelvin Joseph's been that dude, man, that need to take time to recoup his mind. So I'm not saying that he's the best thing since sliced bread, but let's not try to get rid of our depths as soon as we get it, right? Let's go. Let's listen.
What are these joint practices like?
Oh, yeah, they're cool. This year was the first chance that I got to participate in them. Last year we did them, but because of injuries, I missed them. And then, so this year, not only the Chargers, but the Broncos as well, just being able to practice against a different defense, see something different that you've seen for the last few weeks or the whole offseason, get some game time reps without necessarily getting hits and risking the injuries. So they're great. And then just be able to connect with the players on the other side, have some fun, build some relationships, and our guys won the QB challenge there at the end. So.
I saw that, yeah.
Some bragging
Justin
rights.
Herbert was not pleased.
Yeah.
I saw his last few throws. I could tell how hard he was throwing it. He was not happy with it, but that happens.
Yeah. I really wanted to go back in time and ask you about a couple of things because I covered the Cowboys draft in 2016, and I remember they desperately wanted Paxton Lynch in the first round. And Jerry Jones the next day, it was like his dog died. He was so disappointed he didn't get Paxton Lynch. And then early in the third day of the draft, first pick of the fourth round, they think.
Oh, can you guys hear the audio, by the way? Yeah, did you see Turpin? Yeah, he's Turpin is the guy, too. He's on that list. I kind of rushed through it when I was looking for that trophy. Turpin is the guy that made it all the way to the first team in such a limited time. And Simi Fehoko is another guy. Noah Brown is another guy. But to me, I'm like Jerry Jones. If we start adding too many people in there, it won't make it that special, right? I'm just playing. But those guys been spectacular. One of the reasons why I'm pointing out LVE is because of his overall. When we think of LVE, of course, we think of like the neck. But as much as we were glowingly talking about Michael Parsons, there were a third of the Cowboys glowingly talking about LVE. So, yeah, and we'll get to all of those things, right, Cowboy Nation. But at this point and at this moment, let me play this audio. Is the audio straight, though? Y'all can hear audio? Increase Dak up a little bit. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can finagle the audio a little bit. Give me 1 second, Cowboy Nation. Give me 1 second. Let me blow this up right quick. There we go. I got a special button over here. And we'll do it this way. Bam. We'll get it right together. Here we go.
They have a trade made to go up and get the first pick of the fourth round to get Connor Cook of Michigan State.
Yeah.
And finally, Jason's in the room and Jerry and Steve, Jason Garrett and Jerry and Steven. And, I forget who said it, but somebody said, hey, listen, Dak is really good. Let's be excited about Dak. Come on, let's be excited. How much did you know that weekend of what was going on inside the Cowboys?
Yeah, I didn't know anything that was going inside the Cowboys that weekend. Learned weeks after, maybe months after, and getting all the details. And I'm pretty sure it was Coach Linehan that stood up and said,
Coach,
hey, Dak's good. Let's go with that route. So honestly, just reflecting back on that and knowing what could have happened, knowing that I could have been on another 31 other teams, but things work out and things happen for a reason. So some people were pulling some strings upstairs.
So obviously your career takes an incredible turn when you've got to play early and you play well. I just want to go back in time and ask you, what are you thinking as you're having success after being a fourth-round pick where nobody expected anything of you in that first year? What was that like?
Yeah, honestly, it was confirmation to myself of just continuing to believe in what I believe in who I am, believe in my process and preparation and the way that I do things, and they'll turn out successful. I feel like I've been doubted in every level. And honestly, I got the starting quarterback job in high school, college, and pro due to a guy in front of me getting injured. So at that time when I stepped in, I said maybe this is it again, and I took an opportunity, didn't want to put it in anybody else's hands to take it away from me. As I said, just trusted myself, and then so as the success happened, it was just a confirmation, and it doesn't matter what others say about you, it doesn't matter what others believe in you. I know who I am, I know what I'm capable of, and never forget that.
That's a good observation of Dak Prescott, courtesy of Peter King of going over the aspect of his career. Now, who was Team Paxton Lynch? I want to know. I want to know in the chat. I want to know who wanted Paxton Lynch on this team. I need to know, Cowboy Nation, because a lot of you guys, really, really wet the bed with Dak Prescott because this and that and that and this. And shout out to Scott Linehan, right? He was saying banging on the table for that. Shout out to you on the Twitch. He says, Law, nothing but black screen on the Twitch. Yeah, Twitch is kind of acting up. Jump over here on the YouTube or the Facebook. I appreciate you. But shout out to my Twitch community too, man. And somebody said, in the draft, I wanted Herbert. I'm talking about Justin Herbert? Well, what Herbert you talking about? Because he wasn't drafted in 2016. Dak was balling at Mississippi. T.O. voice from Dre Matic. That's my quarterback.
Why do you think you have been so well suited to have maybe the most public microscope on you job in the NFL, which is to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, and you've not seemingly had a problem or been nervous or sort of felt beaten down by it at all?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Simply as I said, I believe in myself. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I know who I am. I try to be transparent and genuine in everything that I do.
Right.
Therefore, if something ever would come up or if some this or that, it wouldn't be a surprise. It's who I am. And, just focusing on all the things that I can control. And I think the more that everyone in this world can do that, they'll control their emotions, they'll control their responsibilities, and a lot of things are going to be revolving doors around you, but a lot of times you can't affect that. And so not to allow that to seek into your head and mess with your confidence, your mojo, or whatever it is. And as I said, just be comfortable in who you are. And I think that's been the answer for me.
Do you ever feel like you're kind of qualified to give people advice on how to just sort of do your job and throw everything else outside so it won't bother you?
Yeah, honestly, just because of experience. And obviously some unfortunate things have happened in my life, a bunch of different adversities that when I speak about those things, when I speak about controlling what you can control, it comes from a real spot. It comes from a place of experience of I've had to do it time and time again from different events that have happened.
From your family,
my brother. My injury that I believe when I talk about these, people understand it. They know that it's not just smoke, that I had to do this myself, and now that I'm on the other side of these things, and obviously you always work through losing people, but when you're on the other side of months, years later, and you're able to talk about it and be vulnerable about it, people understand that that's who I am and that I'm talking from a place of experience, and it's easy for somebody to listen to somebody that's done it and been in those shoes.
Could you ever see yourself writing a book about it?
Most definitely. I think there'll definitely be a time when I write a book, and as I've gotten older here these last couple of years, I feel like maybe the first book is getting closer and closer. And I've had some opportunities in the past, and I just said I wasn't ready. But I'll be 30 next year, so wow. I think it might be time for the first one.
Russell Wilson is now in his mid-30s, and he wants to play 10 more years.
He talking about writing a book. And he'll be 30 next year, man. Time goes by fast, man. And I can tell you guys, as I'm trying to rearrange my office over here, I can tell you, man, it is a situation that the Dallas Cowboys got a quarterback who's determined, right? But that's only one half of it. The other parts of it need to be this. All right, hey, I got this goal in mind. I understand what I need to accomplish. But I need to focus on the now moment, not down the line. But, of course, we'll get back to it, what he's about to say on those levels. Big Money Sonny says we're getting in them cheeks raw dog for week 4. Come on. Who is Big Money Sonny, man? What cheeks are – what are you talking about, Big Money?
Your damn act together.
What you talking about, man? Just type in my Twitch account is Law Nation. You should see my face, name, or logo. You should see, type in Law Nation. You'll see me there. It will be actually my face, cartoon lies. It'll be cartoon lies over there, man. So look for a cartoon logo of me on Twitch.
Have you thought how long you'd like to play?
Recently I've said I'll go 10 more, and I quickly changed that to God willingly gives me 10 more. I'm going to play 10 more. I've always, as I go back to being comfortable in my skin, believing what I believe in, it's about controlling what I can control and living in the moment, staying where my feet are. So as much as I'd love to play 10 years, I don't want to get ahead of myself. What's important is right now, me in this training camp, this season, I just want to focus on that and make sure all my energy's there, and we can talk about next year when next year comes and so forth on.
So basically, he going by the absolute truth of taking it one day at a time, taking it one movement at a time, and the Lord's willing, and in life, you will never accomplish anything by sitting still. You got to put in work, and especially if you are a male, a man should work by the sweat of his brow. And on top of that, nothing comes out of comfort. You should always try to figure out ways to reinvent yourself after you done got stagnant. You should always look to try to accomplish something. And that's a daily process. It's not like, hey, I'm going to wait to 3 weeks from now, then I'm going to start working out. No, you got to start now, right? I'm going to wait next year to start eating healthy. No, you got to start now. And I do love the aspect of Rain Dakota Prescott looking at the now, right? Nobody, look, 10 years ago, no one knew this would all be happening, right? This world the way it is, right? You can project, but you got to prepare yourself for the moment. And I love it, man. Let's go.
Two last things. Have you thought much about the last play of the last game of last season? And is there anything at all you do different on that play?
Yeah, I've thought about it a lot. I'm a guy that loves to reflect, and then obviously in situations like that, something that scars you, builds a callus. You've got to go back and reflect. You've got to think about in this game, a bunch of different situations and things happen. What if it happened again? And I could easily say I wish I would have went down faster, but I think I went and got enough. So I'm not going to say I regret that by any means. The process just should have been cleaner for myself, the center, the line, the officials. Everybody could have been better and more prepared for what was going on. So I'm not going to regret that. If anything, I feel like I should have did what we did at the last play today and made a call where I'm not going to spike it. I snapped it at 1 second and just went and tried to get a Hail Mary off or get something off that gives us a chance, and then we didn't leave the play, the snap, the clock in the officials and the game clock's hands.
Hail Mary, I love it because he's talking about this play right here, the last play of the day, right? And of course, this guy went and grabbed it, and anything can happen when you do a Hail Mary pass interference, right? Or the receiver can actually catch it, right? So he said not leaving it in the hands of the aficionados. That's one of the better things that we can hear from this Cowboy Nation. Is that Dak Prescott, he said he reflected on the moment, not living in the moment. He reflected. I looked back at it. There's a saying out there, I know most of you guys are already aware of it, is the reason why your rear view mirror is small, not as big as your front window, because you only supposed to glance at your rear view, right? You don't supposed to stay looking at it. If so, then you will have multiple wrecks. You got to reflect on what happened and say, okay, I learned from that. Now it's time to move on, right? It's time to move on. Let's get it.
Last thing, do you look at your chances this year as a team any differently than you've looked at your chances in the past? You're always a totally glass half full guy. You're an optimistic guy. Are you optimistic about this year?
Very, very optimistic. And because of the team that we had last year and because of what we went through, the way that we've handled it moving forward, I think we're in a better position this year than we were last year. And I know some guys have gone and some guys have left and went to other teams, but that's the nature of this business. What we have built here, the core, the leaders, and mixed with a great group of young guys who are hungry to make a name for themselves and getting this league running. I feel very, very confident about where we are and excited about where we are and just ready to keep building and get this thing rolling.
Mike McCarthy.
Yay. So you see that right here? And this is a transcript of what he just said. And I want you guys, if you can, screenshot this, save this in your phone, and just realize that that's almost like a poem. It's like a poetry in motion right here of him talking about how optimistic he is about this season. Now, granted, the detractors and the negative will be like, oh, man, the Cowboys, here we are. You know, they've been saying this for at least 26 years, 27 years-ish. But when you contextualize it, not like he's been here for those amount of years, right? He's going into his 7th year, right? So let's see how everything else unfolds from there. I really appreciate you guys listening in to this. And I haven't heard this part of the interview, so let me see what he's about to say.
McCarthy just left here, and he told me, he says, Dak was born to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. And a lot of times when I listen to you talk, I know it's corny, but I kind of feel that way. Do you ever?
It's a blessing, honestly. I grew up a fan of the Dallas Cowboys and always said I'd be a quarterback in the NFL or I wanted to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. And so going into year 7, I'm blessed for everything that's come my way, all the adversities, pluses, minuses, everything in between that's made me the person that I am. So if it's suited to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, then God knew what he was doing, and I'm just thankful for to be in this position. I'm going to make the most of my opportunity.
Hey, good luck this year. Thanks.
Appreciate you, Peter.
All right. He says good luck. All right. So, all right. Blessings and all of those good things. All right. So let me blow that out the way. And Dak Prescott with Peter King, that's amazing. Just let's do this responsibility here. If you guys are willing to watch the entire interview without me pausing and rewinding and talking about cheeks, just click that link that's in the chat right there, and then you can watch the entire interview without pausing and rewinding and hearing the words cheeks. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. We was talking about the positivities, and we was talking about what directions are we heading to for the 2022 seasons. Here's the thing, Dak Prescott, this game that's right around the corner tomorrow, we will not see him on the field. I believe that they use yesterday's practice and the day before that practice as their quote-unquote getting the quarterback ready with the wide receivers and having a chance and opportunity to see different defenses and how they will attack. But the realness will be on week 1 when the Cowboys play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that will be the same battle cry for the Bucs, right? They haven't really played majority of their starters, and we'll find out this weekend too of how everything shakes. Shout out to you, Madman. Shout out to you, Sadiq. Was so much. Appreciate you so much for being part of this. We have some people that's in the call line, and the line is now open, 657-390-7391. We have D from D.C. You're live from the 301. You're live.
What's up, Law?
Nothing to it. Talk to me.
I was just listening. What do you think about Blake?
Do me a huge favor. Turn your radio down or turn me down, and that way we all can hear.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Can you hear me?
D, let me see. Say something now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Go with it, D.
But well, I was gonna say, what you think about Blake gonna be in the quarterback? Because I heard that Blake might be a starting quarterback for the Buccaneers. We if Tom Brady don't play, it's no one that they could beat us with Blake as a quarterback.
Most certainly. I got your information here. I'm going to answer it offline, but I appreciate you, D. Thank you so much. That's D from D.C., man. Appreciate him for calling in. First caller of the day. You guys know how it goes. Let's give him a round of applause right here. And I think, who's the backup quarterback? Is it Blaine? Whoever? Let me see. Let me do my homework right quick. Tampa Bay roster. Let me see. Bucks. Okay. Bear with me. Is it Blaine Gabbert, whatever his name is? And let me go right here. Bam, bam. All right. Bear with me. Quarterback. I should have did it the other way. Because I know Ron Griffin, Blaine Gabbert, if he's the quarterback, he's going to be a sitting duck. And I heard that, let me see what's going on with the dude, man. Tom Brady. He's got something going on with his mind or mental. Psycho Tom right there. He looks like he's going. All right, let's see what CNN. Tom Brady. Tampa Bay's Buccaneers not concerned about Tom Brady's continued absence from the team. Coach Todd Bowles says he's not concerned about Tom Brady's absence. And he's 45, man. He's 45. He probably need the ice tub. He probably jumped in there and said, you know what? Man, I wanted to get away from the wife and kids, but, man, this is rigorous, without Antonio Brown and, maybe a possible Godwin. This is rigorous. I don't know, man. The whole situation, it could be mind trickery with us. He's missing a lot of practice. If Tom Brady is not out there, then it's a shoe-in, man. We're going to blitz the bejesus out of that doggone quarterback. And it's going to be really troubling. She wasn't satisfied with our marriage. Tom Brady is not unfamiliar with the situation. Importance. I don't know what's going on. Tom, get it right, Tom. I want to see Tom. I don't want him to escape. I want to see Tom Brady week 1. If you guys don't want to see Tom Brady week 1, let me know. But I want to see Tom Brady week 1. Yeah. All right. So let's go to the 609. You're live.
What's up, Law?
What's up, man? Talk to me.
Hey, Law. I'm from Central New Jersey, Law. Big fan.
Man.
Big fan.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man, for being a big fan, I feel excited about it, man. Talk to me.
I want to give a message to Jerry Jones. I need him to hear me. I'm 35 minutes away from the Giants Stadium, and I'm about 40 minutes away from Philly. Man, I can't stand to see Philadelphia win the division. And I'm kind of scared about them. Not going to lie, Law.
What? Did you let that leave your mouth, man? What's going on, man? I'm surrounded by Eagle and Giant fans. That's when you fight the most, man. That's when you fight the most. Hey, don't be panicking over here.
How do you think the wide receiver is going to look?
How we think the wide receiver is going to look? Look, the last time, just know this. Last time the Eagles beat us was in 2020 when we had Benjamin DiNucci as the starting quarterback, and they struggled to beat us then. All right, and granted, I know that you're right in between Philly and the Giants, but the last time the Giants beat us was 2016, I believe, or some crazy like that. So don't fret. Please don't fret. I think that this team is okay. Just stand tall with it. Or the last time they beat Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott is out there, I think that the Giants don't have a chance. And then, of course, with the Eagles, I don't think that the Eagles have a chance if Dak Prescott is out there. I get it. They got some wide receivers. They made some overhaul on the defense, but they don't have Dan Quinn coaching those boys, right? You worry about Ganning?
No, I'm not.
So you more worried about all wide receivers than their defense and their weapons, right?
Our wide receivers. I have faith in Noah Brown. I liked Noah Brown last year. He just couldn't catch, but I think with more reps, he's gonna be all right this year.
Well, he got a toe injury, and I hope that he can bounce back. His main thing is we like to see him be more consistent. We like to see him get separations, but it's the unknown with him. But I can tell you, pay attention to my guy Dennis Houston. I think that whatever he did in college was a mystery, and now it's being revealed that this dude college tape is translating to the pros, and I can't wait to see him. And think about this: if we still run the ball, then we okay.
Yeah. I got faith. All right. You toughen me up.
That's what we got to do, man. Look. Still wear your gear, man. Win, lose, or draw in that area, and let them know how about them Cowboys, because they really low key still looking up to you, regardless. They want to be where you at. Salute, bro.
All right, appreciate you, Lord.
Appreciate him. I mean, y'all get your hand off of those panic buttons. Keep in mind, the enemy always like to tell you about your past. The enemy always like to bring up these small little things, but they don't tell you about the glorious things that you've done, right? We are the youngest team in the NFC East, right? And somehow we are the most, I got to say this, successful team in the NFC East. You know, all of those teams should be better than us, right? But they're not. They looking up to us. That's why they got those stomach muscles on their neck. Ain't this right? From the 267, you're live.
What's going on, boss?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man.
I got a few points, man. First and foremost, I think as fans, we panicking too much, and we trying to be inquisitive on what's really going on. The fact of the matter, Amari Cooper was a good wide receiver, but he was inconsistent. So in my opinion, I believe that the kicker and the defense always translate to championships. First and foremost, I think the defense will be our strongest suit this year. And if we're not the best defense, because the reality is we got so many pieces to shuffle on the line and in the linebacker core, you can put anybody out there and have a top-tier defense, just in the front seven. My second point is I think Deron Bland probably should, for the rest of the training camp and the first 2-3 games of the season, go against the ones. I believe Trayvon Diggs, he's our number one corner, and he's a great corner, but he's not a man-to-man cover kind of guy. So I believe if Deron Bland can step in that role and get more comfortable and more familiar with playing man-to-man, it'll open up more opportunities and looks in Diggs' way.
Now, before you go a little bit further, don't you know Trayvon Diggs graded out one of the best man-to-man cover corners in the National Football League last season?
I do.
Okay. I'm just trying to,
But he also gives up a lot of yards, and that's my man. I'm not going against him, but I just think if you get somebody that's a little bit more handsy, because with Diggs is more of Diggs has what you can't teach. He got those instincts and those intangibles.
Right.
So Diggs is going to take his chances. He's going to get caught looking at the backfield because he's looking to make a play. Where what we need is a guy that can try for try, hip to hip. I'm going to run downfield with you and I'm going to be handsy. So, and that's what we was looking for Calvin Joseph to be, which he hasn't been so far. So I'm thinking if we can get a guy that can be hip to hip, stride to stride.
right.
It'll open up, because if you got that, you got no choice but to go the other way, it'll be Trayvon Diggs' way, which opens up more opportunities, just in my mind.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I'm rooting for Deron Bland. He's still a rookie, so he will have some missed assignments. He will make some mistakes here, and I don't want you guys to throw the baby out with the bathwater when that happened. So as much as we roll for him when he's high, continue to roll from him when he make a mistake here and there. The thing is with Trayvon Diggs, It's so important to have your back end playing up to par, especially in the cover 3 defense, which we play a unique style of cover 3 because we man-to-man on the outside, and those guys on the upper edge, they still play zone responsibilities. So it's kind of like a press cover 3 cloud look. But I can tell you that what makes Diggs better is the front. And I'm not taking away from Diggs, right? But what makes him better is that front 4, or you can equate the front 7. That makes all of the secondary better. If you think I'm lying, pay attention to the LA Rams. So, you know, they had over 3 guys with 60 or more pressures on the quarterback, and we only had 1 guy last year. But that tends to make your team better, and that's how Jalen Ramsey were able to get a few picks last season.
I think we worry too much about the wide receivers because Dak's number 1 guy, which is his security blanket, is Dalton Schultz. He's still there. We got CD Lamb. Houston and Tolbert was coming in to be the number 3 guy anyway. We're just looking for, you know, a good solid 56 catches, maybe 800 yards. So I'm listening to other shows, and they seem to be putting too much on the rookies. And I don't think so because it's not like they're coming in to be the number 1 guy, and we're saying, listen, we ain't got no guys to go to. It's all on you. I think that really it's a telltale sign with coaches because you got the kid who just got Turpin. He's more like a Lucky Whitehead or a Tavon Austin. I think it'd be up to Kellen Moore to run more like a Tom Brady kind of offense. Get the ball out quick into your playmakers' hands and let them make plays and open the run game, and then every once in a while we can take that shot down the field because they got no choice but to move up.
Well, those are two philosophies you're trying to merge. You know what terraforming is, right? You ever watch that Superman movie? And yeah. So on the Superman movie, you know, Kal-El or that planet that he was from, they was trying to terraform the Earth. They was trying to make it like where Superman was from, but they had to kill off everyone, and they had to really bring in their environment in order for their world to work, or in order for them to live comfortable. For what you're saying with Kellen Moore is for him to terraform his offense. This is a vertical spread offense coming from the likes of Scott Lanihan and the mixture of Jason Garrett. What you are explaining of what Tom Brady kind of runs is the simulation of a West Coast offense, a West Coast style 1-2-3 ball out, quick routes, maybe some short crossers routes and things like that. Not a lot of verticals in that offense. Tom Brady don't have a strong arm. Not saying that he can't throw the deep ball, but he is a guy with that 1 or 2 predetermined reads, timing offense. That's what West Coast is all about. And that is not up the sleeve of Kellen Moore. I wouldn't want Kryptonians. You know, appreciate you, Dre Matic. That is just not what he brings to the table, unfortunately. And that would take probably 2 years to install correctly, and we don't have that time.
No, I was asking for a mixture. I'm saying as far as like the Tony Pollard and Turpin, with some of the smaller, speedy, shifter guys, we can mix that in to open up the running game as well as the explosive plays downfield. Because I think when we play less of an opponent is when we do more of our skill plays, and then we play, from what I've seen over the years, whenever we play somebody and we see that stuff works, he always transgress back to the basic vanilla offense.
That is phenomenal observation. I'm going to let you go. That's a phenomenal observation. To bring that up, yes. He did that against Atlanta Falcons. We saw him do a taste of that against the Chiefs, and then he shied away from it. But Kellen Moore need to be consistent with that mixture of quick reads to the running back in the slants, or running a short, shallow dig routes, or running back with Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield at the same time. You are 100% right. I don't know why he kind of shuts down and don't do that against formidable opponents, but he do eat that up when he plays against, or when we play against smaller opponents like what we did against the Atlanta Falcons last year. Great observation. I appreciate you so much for calling in, fam.
Thanks, Paul. Have a good day.
Yeah, you as well, man. Appreciate him, man. It's good observation. Round of applause to him. All right, from Hollywood, MJ. From the 206, you're live, man. What's good, fam?
What's the word, my brother?
Now, you know more than I do, man. I'm trying to get information from you. Talk to me, man.
Oh, man. I'm just watching your shows. Everything's good, though. Hey, to the Cowboy fans, I was telling my friends, we tore up number 3 when he was number 30. Remember that?
Anthony Brown?
Yeah, we wanted that guy off the team so bad, remember? And you guys is complaining about Kevin Joseph, who is not getting burnt by 20 yards, who's right on the guy. He just ain't turning his head, and he letting the guy off point him sometimes. Like that touchdown in the end zone.
Yeah.
Do you think, guys, when the guy caught that touchdown, do you think that guy would have had time if the number 1 defense was in the game? He went all the way from his left to the right and got a touchdown. That guy would have been running for his life and probably would have threw the ball away or threw an interception.
Yeah.
You guys gotta think of these type of things. The guy is not getting. If the guy was getting burnt in a regular game by 20 yards or just horrible, yeah, you cut him. But the guy is not really getting burnt. He's right on their butt.
Yeah.
And that's the same way y'all wanted Brown off the team. Now, y'all doing the same thing, man. And they Bland, remember I told everybody, me and Law said it, them corners run 4-4s, 4-3s.
Right.
They making our wide receivers good. And now the wide receiver is getting better and better and better every week. And then we talk about Brown. Number 80. He's coming on. The guy is
Brandon Smith. You talking about Brandon Smith?
Yeah, Brandon Smith. What he run like? He run like 4-4, 4-3 from. Come on, man.
From Iowa, yeah, he's a big guy,
Yeah.
but he's on that fine line of they're gonna try to keep him or they're gonna try to stash him in these next few days. They're gonna try to stash him. Now, it was up to me. If it was up to me, I would make that difficult decision of getting rid of someone who's been here for a while, because I think truly and put that butter knife down, y'all. But Brandon Smith is phenomenal. I really like his size and his speed and his aggressiveness. It's just that, man, the Cowboys going to have to make a strong, it's going to be a hard decision, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, and all the Cowboys fans was panicking. Oh, we ain't got no receiver. Go get Batman. Go get Jordan.
Go get Superman.
I'm not, man. And now number 81, he's coming through fast. Easy.
But here's my kickback on this though, my guy MJ. It's still like it's the unknown. It can be the element of surprise. I love it. You know, we can talk glowingly about this, but if we go into week 1 and these wide receivers don't get the separation that's needed, or, you know, all of the blame going to go back to the quarterback, right? There's not going to be, hey, he's an undrafted rookie free agent. Hey, this guy's a 3rd-round draft pick. It's going to be Dak Prescott in the biggest moments. Opening week, he loses this game by 3 points because blah, blah, blah. He can't hit the receivers when the receivers got the jelly bellies. So those are things that you have to prepare your mind for. But also, it will be a good thing because maybe down the line, week 4, week 5, if those guys can get it together. What I'm looking for is a motivator on the sideline, a wide receiver that can come in and say, hey, I've been in this moment before. Hey, we only down by 3 points. Let's catch this 5-yard route. Let's catch this 10-yard route. Hey, I'm gonna do a clear out. I'm gonna make sure that you gonna be open for the deep 9 or what have you, or the flag route, so that you can make some plays out there. We need somebody with those levels of experience. But for right now, it could literally be this, MJ. Dennis Houston, week 1, Simi Fehoko, and Turpin. Those could be your 3 wideouts, right? If my guy Noah Brown toed on heels up pretty much, and if CD Lamb cut on his foot don't heal correctly, it can be those type of doubts right there.
Yeah, but that's still speed. But the key to another thing, running the right routes, and that's why they love number 3, Houston. Even if the cornerback on him, he still catches the ball. That's how you make a team. That's how you make a team. You know what I'm saying? And don't be dropping the ball. They got catching everything, and he taking it serious.
Yep.
You see that practice yesterday? How he was playing?
Yep, I saw that. And I liked it. I relished it. You know, I said, yeah, that's my guy, man, MJ, and I like what he was able to bring to the table. But one thing I got to say, remind you again, week 1 he had 1 catch for 18 yards, right? And that's preseason. That's Dennis Houston. Right, so there ain't nothing really to do an evaluation on for week 1, right?
But I'm not. But our quarterback, I seen him yesterday. He played a little better, but our quarterback, he be panicking. Number 10, he got to stop panicking, man.
No doubt, MJ.
You know what I'm saying? You got to stop panicking because you in a real game, and everybody got to think of this.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get that ball out of there quick. You got to decide if you're gonna run it. And you got to decide if you're not going to be scared and take sacks.
No doubt.
That's why that number 4 looks very good. It's already in his mind. He's not sitting back there waiting for 77 or 73 or 70. He's thinking quickly, and he's using his legs, too.
Let me ask you this before I let you go, man. If you had a choice, Dennis Houston or Jalen Tolbert, which one would be your starter wide receiver? I put you in the hot seat, fam. Based off of what your observations and your analysis is right now, who's your number 1 wide receiver out of those 2?
Number 3 is my boy.
You went over 3. You talking about 3?
Yeah, Houston. But you got to still start Tolbert because he's a 3rd-round pick, and he's coming on too.
He's coming on too. Dennis just starting off too fast, man, for us right now. We can barely digest
Dennis won't stop.
Dennis won't stop, man. He's a menace out there, man. Oh, I look at the chat, baby. Yeah.
Remember, Law, I told you when we first got there, Law, take a look at Dennis Houston because he did it. If he copycat everything he did in school, and let me say it again, Law, and Dennis Houston, when it went to Alabama, the way he run his route and how fast he is. Him and Tolbert, ain't no way the Cowboys would have got them. They'd have been a top 2 or 1 pick. I'm telling y'all right now. We just got lucky again. And you get at the Will McClay.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man. Let me hear you say it one time before I let you go, fam.
And another thing about them Cowboys, you wishy-washy Cowboy fans on his crying. All I gotta say, let's hit them likes for my boy Law, my man. Let's get him up, y'all. And how about them Cowboys?
Let's go get it, man. Appreciate you so much, man. MJ. Look, I apologize. I'm not trying to make it a versus battle between Jalen Tolbert and Dennis Houston. I'm not making it a versus. I'm not trying to pin those 2 against each other. I just wanted to know how you guys felt about everything. Sadiq, we appreciate you so much. My guy Jay Lombardi says bland over KJ and Nashawn Wright. Keith, thank you so much. If you plan on running the ball with power, Dennis Tolbert. That's a good observation. That's a great observation, by the way. All right. From the 601, my neck of the woods, you're live.
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
Man. Appreciate you taking my call, man. First,
Appreciate
I want
you
to
for
say,
calling.
man, Dak is looking sharp in practice, man. He is looking really. He's throwing him on the rope in practice, man. And I'm loving it. I am really loving it. And the defense, I think it's going to carry us at least the first month of the season.
Who is Shaq? Who is Shaq?
I said the defense. Our defense is going to carry us.
Oh, I thought you said Shaq. I thought you talking about Shaquille O'Neal, man.
No.
You said defense.
Everybody complaining about our offense, but I mean, we were 12-5 last year with the top offense in the league.
Right.
The only thing we lost is Amari Cooper.
Right.
And Amari Cooper didn't do that much last year, not in my opinion.
Well, he had 8. Look, let me just say this: he had 8 touchdowns, and right now, last year we were ranked 24th in red zone. So as much as we talk glowingly of our offense, we were still in the back end of our scoring situation. That's weird, huh? And we score all those points, and we still 24th, 25th ish in red zone. That's crazy. But go ahead.
But that comes in hand with the offensive line. Our offensive line has to step up and be better.
Right. True that.
Has to.
Right.
And I want to say one thing about Jerry Jones.
Jerry.
I'm a huge Jerry Jones fan, man. Huge Jerry Jones fan, man. Jerry Jones
I want me some
has
glory
given
hole.
more troublesome brothers a chance than anybody, not just in the NFL, but anybody in life that I know of.
Right.
It's not, I've never seen anybody like it. That give a troublesome brother a chance. Somebody that everybody would turn their back on. Jerry, of course, he can get some out of them now.
Right.
He brings people in that everybody else will wash their hands with, and I just give him big up for that.
I mean, that's life too. Yeah.
But I think his good old boy mentality kind of holds us back. We had Jason Garrett. We had some good teams with Jason Garrett. But Jerry Jones likes to make people something that they aren't. Jason Garrett was not a head coach, but you try to make him a head coach. That's why we don't have a Super Bowl now. You got Kellen Moore. You have all this talent. You got Dak makes $40 million. Zeke makes $20 million. You got $60 million in your backfield. Why don't you get a proven offensive coordinator with all this talent? I just don't understand.
You know what it is, man? It's sometimes when you love something, you turn a blind eye to it, right? You don't, but because you have some type of feeling that, hey, this person one day will get me to the glory spot, will make me right. But he did it the wrong way. You watched the movie Coach Carter?
Yeah.
With Samuel L. Jackson. I'm talking about it's a beautiful movie. Yeah. And one of the key points of that movie is that his son wanted to play for his father, right? And his father really didn't want him on that team. But he said that, hey, if you're going to be on this team, if you want to play with me or for me, I'm going to make it harder for you. Meaning that instead of averaging a 3.0 GPA, I need a 3.9 or something, 3.5, a high, crazy GPA. And I have a greater expectations out of you versus anyone else. And if Jerry Jones would have took that approach with Jason Garrett, trust and believe this team would have been better. But he kind of coddled Jason Garrett. He kind of gave him longitude and latitude. And that's why you see that 9.5 years he was here, because he always felt that that's my son, my decision, and it's my way. And all of these years that we talk about the Cowboys not being able to lift up their Lombardi trophy, over a third of it is because of Jason Garrett. And I'm not pointing the finger only at – it's a 3.7. Yeah, thank you, JT. So it's a whole situation, whereas that's the problem, and people fail to realize it.
And the same thing is going on with Kellen Moore.
The same thing, yeah.
Trying to make him an offensive coordinator. All this talent you have, get us experienced offensive coordinator. Get one out of college. Get the top SEC offensive coordinator and bring him to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But just don't take a guy that was once your quarterback a couple years ago because he's Dak Buddy, and think he's gonna win like that. I just don't understand. I'm gonna let you go, man. I appreciate
you, man, for the 601, man. That's my home. That's my hometown right there, man. Appreciate him. All right, that's a good call from him, though. A real good call from him. I'm not beating up Kellen Moore, and I'm not beating up Jason Garrett. Trust me, Jason Garrett, my guy. He's my dude. You know, he's a very positive guy. You know, he say something, he mean it. He ain't gonna lie around with you and lie to kick it. He's gonna be that guy, straight and narrow. Kellen Moore, he's not. He's bland, you know, and I ain't talking about D-Ron bland. He's a very bland guy. So, do the caller have a strong point with Kellen Moore? He's not an offensive coordinator. I would say yes and no. What we are seeing is literally a young guy going through growing pains, right? And we are expecting better results. And there's no shortcut to greatness. There's none. Every now and then, someone may hit the scratch off, hit the lottery, right? 3 years later, they get back broke. There's no shortcuts to greatness. All right, 336, you in the mix?
Hey, what's going on, Law Nation?
Hey, all is well. Can't complain.
This is David from North Carolina. Hey, man, I just wanted to say I was listening to, I think it was Hanging with the Boys, and Nate Newton and Jesse Holly. I know guys, they beat up the Cowboys more than anybody, but Nate was talking about Tyler Smith and how he was having a hard time maybe like picking up the blitz or passing on the blitz. And
passing over,
yeah, like he said he shouldn't even be started. He said he shouldn't be starting because he don't think he can handle it right now. So what's your take on that? You think, I mean, I know we broke down the film. I saw y'all break down the film, and I was watching with my own eyes. I believe my own eyes when I see it, that he was the better left guard. He was a better player out there than McGovern. So I'm just trying to, you know, just seem like they should know. They played with the Cowboys. They professionals. But it's acting like that Tyler shouldn't be out there starting. He hasn't deserved to start, or he having a hard time picking up the plays or knowing what to do out there. What's your take on that?
Anything you do consistently at it, you will be better at it. Anything you do. And how you memorize the lines on a script, you got to consistently talk about it. You got to consistently rehearse it. You know, the offensive line is one unit. It's not it broke it down to individuals. It's one unit. If there's a weak link, you know, people will attack. That's why they call chink in the armor. You know, they will find chink in the armor and they will penetrate that chink to get inside. The thing is with Tyler Smith, the biggest issues that I see is that he's not hogging all of the reps. They playing musical chairs. When I see Connor McGovern in there, right, and he's in there as the starting spot, I'm looking at valuable time that my young Tyler Smith first-round draft pick could be getting. When I look at games and I'm seeing, or even practice reps, and I see that Connor McGovern is in there, I'm sitting here like the Cowboys must be out of their mind. I need my young guy to get those mental reps. I need my young guy to get those mistakes. Right, that's the only way. Especially if it's that value. Now, if Tyler Smith was my second, my third-round draft pick, maybe my third as well, or fourth, I meant to say, then I can understand that. But dog it, he's my first-round draft pick. I'm going to give him every rep, every opportunity. I don't care. You can get mad at me all of you want and say he's privileged in. Look, I'm trying to win games. This is not a political race. I spent valuable resources for that spot. And excuse me, it's my first round draft pick. And excuse me, every tape that I've seen out of Connor McGovern up until last year, he either played right guard and center. So he's still learning. So you got two people learning a spot, fighting for a spot, and you sitting here and you wondering why you got reservations. Bull sugar. You put the guy in that you drafted in that spot. Right.
And we see that he is the strongest. You know, he's more of a mauler. He's more aggressive. So let's put more time and effort with him and teach him. Okay, this is what we need to do. When you see this come, when you see this blitz come, you got to put, like you said, you got to put more time in with that young fella because he is a mauler out there. You got him and Tyler and Tyron together. Man, that's got to be dangerous, man.
That's how it would be dangerous. But he got to get those mental reps down. And I'm not, look, Nate Newton know more about offensive linemen than I can ever think of, right? And he's close to, he got his eardrum to the Cowboys camp. I may have my eardrums to the Cowboys community, but no one is closer to that spot than Nate Newton. But I think that if I was on that show, I would bring that point up, and I would love to hear his counter to that, right? Because, he may not be ready, but how can you get ready if you never got ready, right?
Ooh, that's it. That's it. Exactly.
I appreciate you so much, man, for calling in.
Yes, sir. How about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? He brought some to my mind on that one. I mean, he did. Because I promise you guys, I can give you guys a book on how to swim. You know, a book could be like, this is how you swim correctly. Go like this, go like that. And you can read that book cover to cover and say, man, I'm an expert at swimming. You can literally take the test on how to swim. But baby, I'm telling you, if you never been thrown into the water, all of that stuff that you read, all of that stuff that you looked over and said, wait a minute, the book said go like this and go like that and kick my feet and everything. But when you toss in that water, all of that book sense and all of those classes go straight out of your mind, right? You say, help, I can't swim. Newsflash, you read the whole book cover to cover. You made an A+ on the test. What you talking about? In life, you got to get the real experience, and that goes from Tyler Smith all the way over to Kellen Moore. What we did collectively, you looked at Kellen Moore and you said, the dude, he know how to swim. He read the book. He got A+. He's a genius, the boy wonder. And you threw him out there in the deep end. And we were expecting to win the Super Bowl every year he was here, right or wrong. But the reality is that water is deep, and those currents will pull you in. And that is the same thing with Tyler Smith. Oh, he's making this mistake. He's not getting off and helping this guy. He's double teaming this guy too much. With those things that he need to have. God dog it, he will be ready week 1. He'll be ready week 2. But by the Cowboys trying to play this political game, talking about he got to earn it, is a bunch of bull sugar. Put that guy out there. You drafted him in the first round. That makes more sense than anything. All right, I'm heated. All right, 972, you're live. 972, you're live. We'll hit me back up, 972. The other 972, you're live. Boy, got a lot of 972s, man. This Strickland?
Yo.
Yeah, what's good? You live?
Sir. Yo, what up? This is Lokes.
Lokes, man, what's good, man?
Let me say this. Cooper Rush, Ben DiNucci, or Will Greer, or I call him Will Gry. Which of these QBs is going to elevate himself and others around him tomorrow? And that being Houston, Tolbert, Fiocco, and that ties in with Kellen. How's he going to help these QBs getting that ball out quick and just with the fundamentals with the O-line? And that's one of the 3 things I'm looking for tomorrow.
Right,
One
right. Mm-hmm.
is discipline.
Right.
Too many flags last week. 2 is fundamentals, offensive defense. And 3, how are you helping your O-line, wide receivers, defense with their play calling? Because we just can't fault the players, you know?
Right.
One thing is, one thing is that players have, every player in the NFL has talent. Let's say that, Law. They're not there.
Right.
We're not getting paid
Right.
thousands of dollars to be on the field, you know?
Right.
There are limitations, but how are you getting the best out of your player? And there's a Jimmy Johnson quote that falls responsibility of coaching, if I can say it. Let me see. Treat a person as he is, he will remain as he is. Treat a person as he were, where he could be and should be, he will become what he could be and should be.
Right.
So basically, you're giving the players an opportunity to prove themselves that they belong. And if you keep giving opportunities they don't belong, hey, you at least give them an opportunity. But I don't know. It's just that. And to close off, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
3 more weeks till real football.
Right.
And I know people out here listening to nothing but the best with yours truly,
it.
Law Nation.
Appreciate it.
Get your Sunday fit ready and make sure you have your lucky hat, socks ready. And we are a football family no matter where you listen to your Cowboys content, whether that be from Law, I keep A to Z Sports with Sky, Vosh with the volume. I can keep going on, Mark Holmes. And I wish blessings upon y'all, even if you're a Phillies fan. You just ain't getting barbecue and a Madden code's over here, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, Law Nation. You have a blessed day.
No doubt, man. I'm going to go over his ports here. The thing is, yes, we got too many quarterbacks. Narrow it down. Don't play footsie with these guys. You got too many backups. Right? Will Grier, Rush, DiNucci. Right? Figure out who's your number 2 quarterback now. Right? Hold these guys accountable. Stop bringing around the same stuff, expecting different results. You guys know the answer to that, right? Cooper Rush been here for a minute, a long stay, right? And now DiNucci, he's been here for a minute. What's this? Is going into his 3rd year now? So we should know some type of indications of whether or not, hey, can this guy lead a pack of men, a crew of teams or what have you? Can he do something to give us a reason to make him stay? Can he score a touchdown? Yes. He was managed to find Simi Fehoko. Can he do it on a consistent level, right? Last game it rained a little bit. I gave him a little leeway on that. So if we see the same thing over again with Cooper Rush in this preseason game that he did the first preseason game, it's time to give him a shorter rope, right? Stop having this long rope. Give him a short leash and say, okay, all right, man, Cooper, hey, we love you, man. We like all what you bring to the nation. Unfortunately, it's time for us to part ways. Hey, keep your phone close and near to us. We will give you a call if your services is needed. He will be ready, and they know it, and this is from Owens. Appreciate you, man. I think when you say he, it could be my guy Tyler Smith. I need to see Tyler Smith play all this preseason. If this supposed to be the quote-unquote dress rehearsal game, Tyler Smith, you getting all of these reps, baby. I need to know. I drafted you in the first round. I need to know if you're going to keep 4 upright. I need to know if you're going to work on what we taught you and not go back into regressions of keeping your elbows wide, right? Heads too high, pad levels too high, right? I need to know all of that. Cowboy Nation, those are things that I'm looking for. And let me circle back to the 910. You're live.
Hello, Law.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, I'm glad you circled back because I don't know if you noticed I had called in earlier and somehow got disconnected and had to call back. So
well, we don't like that. We don't like that. So now you're live. Now you're live on the nation, baby.
I know. Well, I am totally and completely in love with my defense. I call them the Doom Room.
Oh. I love that. I love that.
Doom Room, because that's what those quarterbacks see when they see our defense coming.
Yep.
And so I'm happy about that. And my last thing that I want to say is they need to make, until these players get it together with those false starts and with the false starts and the lining up off sides, they need to get us some gasoline draws with a remote on the back of them every time they commit one of those penalties. That shit, like, you know what I'm saying, and set some fire to their ass, because it's just ridiculous. I will never call any of them ignorant or idiots or stupid or anything, or say that they aren't mentally capable of performing those tasks. But at the same time, I think that there are some exercises that you can do to, get you acclimated to situational things like some of the teams will do certain things to try to make you go offside or try to make you have the false starts and stuff like that.
Right.
But also, our line needs to police each other. If you see that your teammate is lined up offside, say something. Why the hell are you keeping your mouth shut?
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? And so, that's something that we need to work on, and hopefully we'll get that together before these next preseason games come.
Right.
And so that's all I had to say.
Well, just to echo that, that is derivative of if these guys can be all on the same page. And how they do that, continuity. So when you have new people in and out of places, things tend to go missing, misplaced, and people start pointing the finger. I think that by us playing musical chairs and having so many rotation pieces, that's where you get your false starts. That's where you get your mental mistakes. That's where you get your illegal formations. But if you are all on the same page, you see that being diminished. Let me ask you this: how was the move? Everybody moved okay?
Everybody is just fine. I've got two great young'uns in college now. Both of them. One of them's going for a doctor, and the other one is going for an RN, so I'm really proud of my babies.
Congratulations. Yeah.
I have one more thing to say in reference to Howard Smith and them doing musical chairs. They need to cut that shit out.
Cut it out.
You know what I'm saying? Because, cut that shit out. Because last year, Terrence Steele was kicking ass out there. You know what I'm saying? While Lyle Collins was out. And then Lyle Collins comes back and he's whining and crying, probably, I want more sport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they let him come back. Well, I think that they need to get these folks in their, where they play the best, and leave them there. Quit switching them around. I mean, you can cross-train and stuff like that because situations can happen.
Right.
But at the same time, when it's time to play, and until those situations pop up, let those people play where they are trained to play specifically. And that's all I got to say. And Cowboys Nation, y'all let them hang.
Y'all let them hang. That's Queen Cowboys right there. That girl good. I'm telling you right now, she is good. She is good.
Like, this motherfucker don't miss.
Don't miss.
No, he's good. That motherfucker don't miss, man. He's good. In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
Snoop, you need to put she's in there. But she's good, And here's the thing. I know that you guys didn't pick this up. All of her complaints came on the offensive side. Now, she came in saying, hey, defense, right? It's good. Dooms boys, but the offense is where we having our reservations at, right? So I would tell you guys, I'm not saying that the offense will be our weak link, but for right now, the offensive line and the wide receiver room have our biggest reservations. Right I hope that Dennis Houston mixed in with CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Tolbert and Simi Fehoko and, of course, Kevontae Turpin can change our minds with this, but we won't know until the season kickoff.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns, things we don't know that we don't know.
Shout out to Keith Floyd. He said the third and the fourth QB are gone. We need those roster spots. So Keith Floyd, from your thoughts here, from what I can read from this super chat, is that you truly believe that the Cowboys are going to rock with two quarterbacks. And I love it, Look, rock with two quarterbacks and, have this philosophy, man. If you one go down, that's the season there, right? Anyhow. But if you need a backup quarterback to come in to give you 1 or 2 games in a pinch, look at it that way. Make sure that the guys that you have battling for that backup role can win you 1 or 2 games, right? But outside of that, if your star go down and it's for a long stay, look for breaking news to trade for a legitimate backup quarterback if you can't find one. Let's not make this complicated, right? And knock on some wood, because we don't want that to happen. Stokes, off the top 10 defense, top 5 offensive coordinator, hot dog water. I think off top 10 defense, top 5 offense. I want to make sure I'm reading that correctly. Coordinator, hot dog water. I like it, man.
Dracarys.
Appreciate you. That is a hot take. All right, so we got, let me see if I can get all of my people in here. I got another 601. You're live from the 601.
Hello?
Yep, you're live.
Hey, how you doing, Law? I'm a big fan, man. I just
Appreciate
got a couple points I want to touch up on. Number one, I know everybody's, complaining about Diggs right now. Well, most of the media are trying to turn him into Eli Apple or something.
Right.
He's been doing this. He's been doing this for a while. You watch him at Alabama. He gave up a lot of yards there. And a few tore his ass up. But look, the name of the game is turnovers. I don't care about anything else. We need turnovers. Now, in a DB room, I saw one of your videos you called Kevin Joseph, KJ. So I like that. We're gonna go with that.
Yeah, KJ.
But
yeah.
Me personally, I feel like for the future, because I think Anthony Brown has that second DB spot locked up right now. But bump KJ in to nickel, and I mean DQ loves big corners. We know that. I like big corners too.
Right.
In the future, give him a shot at that second DB spot. Now, my biggest gripe was the whole offseason, Kellen Moore. I mean, we're still struggling with red zone conversions and things like that, and I think we tend to forget that he's a Scott Linehan baby.
Right.
At the end of the day, they're very similar, but we got, especially right now with the wide receiver room that we have. Mm-hmm. We have to be able to convert in the red zone. There's no leniency there. Now with the first game, hopefully I pray that CD is fine. If he's not, we're probably gonna run the ball about 40 times that night.
Well, get back to running, and they said that they putting Tony Pollard more in route concepts, and we will find out when the game actually hits. Right? We've been talking about this for a minute. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I've been seeing them use a lot of two-back backfield. So
yeah, hopefully
we can get actually some of that. We've seen it before in the off season, and then when the season comes, it's just Zeke. So hopefully, they listen to us finally and, put them back there. And, man, my last thing that I want to touch up on is me personally, I agree with what you guys were saying earlier with, Cooper Rush. Hey, his time is up. Danucci, his time is up. I'd rather just rock with the two quarterbacks. Will Greer, I think, at the very least, I feel like he can give us more than those other two guys. And like you said before, hey, we can't rule out trading for a guy to come in and help us out there, because right now with that, if that goes out, unfortunately, if he just goes out and practice or something, it's not looking good for us at all.
But you know what? It just hit me, man, when you made that assessment. Will Greer is actually, if you merge Cooper Rush and Danucci together, that's what Will Greer is. So the Cowboys got Cooper Rush and Danucci right there. Will Greer, who is a guy that can evade, got a decent arm or what have you, and he got some experience. And I think he was drafted 3rd or 4th round. I don't know for sure. You guys can help me out. And they shouldn't make this complicated. When I looked at practice, when I was out there, Will Grier was basically the best backup quarterback out there. Now, things could change, but since then, I'll give that nod to Will. Go ahead with your other thoughts, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, even with both of them merged, it's still better than one of them apart.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I just feel like, hey, at least if we go with 2 quarterbacks, that'll open up a spot for the wide receiver room, or maybe even a linebacker position. Just one of those positions that we need some depth at. Because right now, we don't know, so we need to carry as much. Because you gotta think about it. What if we cut Cedric Wilson? Back when I forgot the one of the shorter guys. We were raving about him in camp a couple years ago, but it was him and Cedric Wilson really kind of battling for a spot.
It could have been Reggie Davis. Yeah.
Wilson, we didn't know that he was going to turn into who he eventually became.
Yeah.
So we might have one of those guys who could step up. Maybe it's Vasher. Maybe it's Houston. Maybe hopefully it's Jalen. But maybe it might be one of those diamond in the rough guys that we have on the roster,
The 3 guys that need to show us something tomorrow is absolutely T.J. Vasher. It's got to be Dontario Drummond, and it got to be Brandon Smith. Those guys are the last 3, like they on the edge of it. And I'm rooting for my guy T.J. though, but my guy Brandon Smith, he ain't nobody to sneeze at. But go ahead.
How was Drummond out there? And I know I'm kind of biased because he's from Laurel, but how was he doing?
Drummond, if you look back at even the preseason tape, he did a great job of getting separation. He would have had more yards if the field wasn't so slippery. He battled. The first week in training camp I was there, he was battling from an injury, and I was like, oh no. Oh, okay. And he eventually worked his way up, and I was like, man, all of the hype and the shine is going to Dennis Houston. I didn't see Dennis Houston coming the way he came, and Dennis Houston was the guy that was staying after practice, getting the necessary yards and everything. I was like, dang, my guy number 19 Drummond, when he gonna get out there? And then on the last few days, they elevated him back to the team or what have you, off the little mini pup, and he gave us a little shine. But that's when they went out and got Kevontae Turpin, because I was thinking that maybe if Drummond can get a spot on this team via special team, so that made it more difficult for him. The good thing is my other guy from Mississippi, Fry Fogel, they brought him back now, right, for the practice squad. They like him.
Okay.
But he had the case of the drops, man. I was like, come on, Fry Fogel, you from Mississippi, man. You supposed to look, Mississippi boys supposed to catch balls, man. Ask Jerry Rice, But all I can say is, man, it's a situation whereas Drummond must, M-U-S-T, shine this preseason game tomorrow. He got to.
Yeah, man, we got to give him some spirit fingers or something.
Something, man. And, hit somebody, do something crazy out there. Make this team, man. But I appreciate you so much for calling. What's your name, fam?
My name D.
D. Let me put it in here, man. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me put it in here, D.
All right, thank you, man.
Anytime, fam.
I've been watching for a long time.
Man, what part of Mississippi you from, man?
I'm from Prentice, but I live in Hattiesburg.
Prentice, okay. Nothing wrong with that, Prentice, man. My first college roommate was from Prentice, man. He played football. I think his name was Alvin. He played football. Short dude, but man,
sounds familiar. Where you go to?
I mean, I went to Hines first, Hines Community College, and he went there.
I went to MGCC myself.
Yeah. So, man, that's what's it. Small world. We keep talking. We may be cousins, man.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Maybe so, man. Have a good day.
All right, salute. I ain't gonna say Alvin's last name because that'll be me kind of like giving out that man information. But Prentice Prentice was hard though. There used to be a club out there, y'all, that we were close to Prentice, where we used to drive from Hines down there. If you were still in there, it was a little bit beyond Crystal Springs, and we would drive down there. There was a little hole in the wall, and we would go to that club, man, and try to drink every liquor that was in there. We try to dry out the club, but that's a long time ago, almost over 20 years ago now. Shoot, that's a long time. God, dog, it's almost 20 years now since I've been in college. Let me try the 972 again. 972, you're live. Yellow. Man, we got another Mississippi number, man. This ain't Mississippi number. But LC, man, what's up, man? You live, man.
How's it going, Law?
Nothing to me.
He hit down on everything I was calling about.
Hey, he hit on every point, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, okay, but I'm going back to, Tyler Smith. I think he read it all. Yeah, my hometown.
So you right down the street then. If you Tyler Smith hometown, Yeah, right from the street from you, man.
That's a big young boy there. Yeah, he ready.
You got to put him out there to see if he's ready though.
I think he's ready. He's strong. He's probably the strongest besides T. Smith. Yeah, he's probably the strongest on that offensive line. That's a young buck right there.
Yep. And I had posted a video. I posted a video of him pushing the truck, and people were in the chat were like, "Hey man, anybody can push that truck." I said, "Man, no, that's on a slant. That's on a hill." And you know how those houses are out there, man. You got those little driveways. Texas got those long, small little slant hills, and he'll push that truck up the hill. I said, "That big boy ready, man."
Yeah, he ready. He's strong. He just probably got he's still a rookie.
Right.
But he can learn on the go.
Yeah.
He'll learn, and he'd get better on the go. If he could just cut down on, because he manhandle people when he grabs them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He can't. He put his hands on you, going to the ground if you get a hold to you.
Right. He going straight to the ground.
If you can work on him on that, he'd be all right. But my concern is the wide receivers, man. We dropping out the wide receiver race. We see that he doesn't. I feel like he'll be ready with game one, but then we need our wide receivers. I want to give everybody a chance to make it, but man, we coming up short.
Man,
I know our running game's supposed to be strong.
Yeah, it's strong, man. If you keep Tyler Smith in there, man, and you pull him a couple times, like to get in front of those little small DBs and those little dime packages and nickel packages, they're going to switch to their big fronts, and then you can play action and run. Look, football is simple but yet complicated. Simple but yet complex. So the Cowboys, they make it complex without adding the simple to it. You got to literally lace them up, run that ball with 12 look or 13. Don't give a dog, and make it a battle within the battle.
Yeah. And I got another question. Did you ever do a video on that kick returner from the UFC?
You talking about Turpin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did one. Yeah, I did. I did a video on that one. Yep.
I gotta look that up, man, because I seen him. I watched a couple of games, especially the little championship games. Mm-hmm. But I want to see they put him in wide receiver or deep wide receiver, anything like that.
I think that Cavante is a slot wide receiver that I would run two routes on him, maybe a flag route, a post, a 9. Those are only routes that I would give him out of the slot. I would not put him in a situation where he can get creamed a lot. He's 155 pounds. He's a tiny guy, but he got a big heart, and if he can continue to take the top off the defense and be that clear out guy, then we winning. All you got to do is tell Turpin, I just need 1 or 2 plays, and I'll do that early. I would absolutely do it early. meaning that
How fast is it to lose?
4.29. I'll do it early. I'll pump fake and just go deep, even if it's a ball. Dak, even if it's your one throwaway, throw it deep out of bounds. But I want to put the fear of God in all of those DBs. Keep playing them deep, because when they see number 2 out there, I don't know what his number is going to be officially when he makes the team. But when you see number 2 out there, they're going to have to respect his speed, and that's what he brings to the table.
Okay. I appreciate you, Law, and I enjoy the show every day.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, LC, man. Appreciate you, man. No Cowboys. Good call from him. And you guys get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's not about the completed throw, right? It's about, okay, this dude, he just took me. And it's the DB that don't want to get burnt is going to tell his coach, hey, man, this dude kind of fast, man. Don't have me one-on-one with him. I need help over the top. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help, by the way. But they need to see it first. 912, Rob, you live.
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me.
Hey, I just called in, man. You was spitting the truth by calling. They need to put that man in there.
They do.
I'm gonna tell you a little story how I got my CDL.
Okay.
I was working for a guy. We did what they call treat forest.
Right.
In the forestry division. Well, in the woods, I used to move the lowboy around. So one day we was coming home, he and his son went to school together.
Right.
So I was following his son with the lowboy loaded with a wide load. Well, he pulled up. We got about 10 miles from the shop. He pulled over side the road. He got out and he went back there to the truck. And he told me, he said, get the truck. I said, you want me to get the big truck? He said, yeah. He said, bring it to the house. He got in the pickup and just hauled it. I got in the truck. I ain't did nothing. Now, remind you, I ain't did nothing but moved around in the woods. I brought it all the way home with a wide load on it, 10 miles. Got it in there, pulled it in the shop there, piped it up, parked it. The next week, he took me to get my CDL.
Oh, wow.
I said, well, what made you want to get my CDL after I bought the truck? He said, well, if you could get in that truck with a wide load and bring it home like that, then you wanted to do it. In order for you to learn how to do it, you got to do it and want to do it. He said, if I'd have put you in that truck and you didn't want your CDL, you wouldn't have never drove.
Oh, wow.
You'd have been down there calling me saying, man, I can't do this. The same way with time. In order to, just like you say about the book, about the reading it.
Right.
Reading and for Darn, you got to get in that water.
You got to want to. Yeah.
You got to want to do things, man. And the only way you're going to find out if the person want to do it is give them the chance to do it.
Right. Ooh.
Put him out there. Let it. Look, I tell you what, still learned by getting thrown into the fire.
He did. and we baptized him, too. We purged him with it, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dak learned the same way.
He did.
Got thrown into the fire.
Yeah.
Thrown into the fire. Look at him.
Right.
If you want to find out what kind of player you got, you got to put him out there. Let him go.
Let him hang. Yep.
There you go, boy.
Let him hang. Let him hang. Queen, right. Let him hang.
If you gonna put it out and show it, you might as well go on and show it.
Hey, Queen telling the truth. She said, look, fellas, man, if you've been dating for a minute, let them hang, man, let them hang. Sometimes the lion walks out, he just get to rowling, you know what I'm saying? He let them know that, hey, I'm here, man. I'm the alpha out here, you know. I run the Serengeti wherever he's at, you know. Let him hang, man. That line, hey, when that line wake up, that line. Hey, when that line do that, them hyenas, everything else, the Panthers or whoever else, they're like, that's a line right there. You know what? It's time for us to go, you know. Hey, and also, Rob, and that female line, when she hear this, she already know what time it is. She already know it's time, baby. It ain't no can I have a little bit. No, it's don't have me to do it a third time because I'm gonna come over there. It's the king of the jungle, Rob. You know how it is. I run the Serengeti over here, man. Come on. You know, y'all better leave me alone. We're going to let it hang.
Hey, yes, sir. Let me catch a breath.
You're going to have to let it.
I will never forget that, y'all. Well, when y'all had that, the final word.
Yeah.
You said you're going to kill it on it. Woo! Hey, but look at him, man. The only way these men gonna learn is they got to let the man play. Man.
Gotta let that man play, man.
We're just scratching him, man. That's what they did with the offensive line last year and screwed us up.
Screwed the pooch with that one, man. You got to.
They want to get in sync now so they can start. There's gonna be some mistakes in the first start of the season. But if you'll let them start in the preseason, by the time they get about 2 or 3 games into the regular season, they'll be ready.
Man, I looked at Duke Manyweather in his eyes. It was literally the day before the Denver Broncos game. And he said, Terrence Steele is not ready to play on that left side. And when he told me that, I knew that he wasn't lying. He said he need to continue to be where he's at on the right side of the field. He need to. He's not ready. And when they kicked Terrence to the other side, that's when that musical chairs all started, right? Confidence is a mug, you know. And
I remember you saying that. I remember you saying Duke said that's like taking your other hand and wiping it.
And so many people in the chat, have you tried it? Sit on that can and use your opposite hand. Mm-hmm. Let me know how clean it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, man. So
man, I'm gonna let you go where I can catch my breath, man. You
all right, Rob. All right, Rob.
Keep doing the good work, my brother. Well, cause I be sitting here looking at you. Sometimes they'll be laughing, they'll be crying. But keep up the good work, man.
No doubt, man. Let me hear you say it before I let you go. Yeah. All right, man. Yes, indeed. We're going to be responsible for new babies to be born 9 months from now. Just based off of this video, it's going to be some new Cowboy Nation, baby. We're going to be growing the Cowboy Nation just because of this video. Somebody going to come home and they're going to say, all right, what clothes? I don't need these clothes on. But to that point, sometimes there's 2 types of experiences. And I'll never forget, I had a 1995 Honda Civic, not an 95, by the way. It was an older car. If my brother Twin Empires, he's in the chat, he'll let you know. We ran that car into the ground. My tires were flat. It didn't pass the Abe Lincoln test or what have you. And your car will break down on you at the right time, right? You will have a blowout at the right time. All right, so this is what happened. My car tire blew out on me. You know, he had a little donut tire. I was on a hill. It started to rain. It was like God himself was having the the magnifying glass, and I'm the ant. All of a sudden, things were just happening all around me, right? And rain was just everywhere. I popped up the trunk, and they had this little scissor jack on there. The little scissor jack. Y'all know how a little scissor jack, it's like a little triangle jack. You got to put this thing connected and swerve it around. And every time I get that jack up, the wind will blow and knock it back down. I jack that thing up, wind blow and knock it down. I was trying to, keep my jacket and everything over my head, but the rain and wind was just so heavy, it just knocked that jack down. And I said, you know what? 3 weeks ago, I had an issue with that jack. I kept it, but in the back of my mind, my first mind would say, look, man, there is a pump jack that you could have bought at Walmart for $15. And I'll never forget, I said, man, I don't want to spend that money, man. At the time, you talking about college money. Yeah, that's a lot of money, $15, $20, whatever it was. I didn't want to spend that money. But all I can think about is that if I had that damn pump jack, I would have been jacked this thing up, put the new tire on, or put the donut tire on, and been going on my way. But nothing is like bought sense, right? Nothing is like the ideology of going through something in life that you knew that all you had to spend was $15 to maybe $20, right? And have a little pump jack, a sturdier jack, a 2-ton jack that could withstand the terrain and the uneven of the terrain and all of that stuff. So the moment I got that car on, I got that car up, jacked it up, got everything fixed. I rent to Walmart, Walmart 24/7. If you guys want to know where I was at at the stoplight on Highway 18 in Jackson, Mississippi. They got a Walmart on Highway 18. If we call it the Hood Mart, because they had a police jail cell right in their Walmart. For those who don't know, it was the Hood. And I went straight there, got me that pump jack, got the pump jack, put it in the trunk, and never removed it. Every time I buy a car, I don't mess with the scissor jack. I always give me a pump jack. I don't even care what kind of model car. I always give me a pump jack because I know for sure that pump jack won't let me down versus that little scissor jack. You got to put this piece, roll that piece around and stir it around. So the moral of the story is get you a pump jack or whatever the name of that jack is, that you take one handle and you just pump it up versus the scissor thing. It would save you a lot of time, because what happened, remember I told you I had those bald tires, brother was broke busted during that time frame. The very next week, guess what happened? The other tire went out. And I said, baby, I'm prepared now. I pumped that thing up. Yeah. Less than 15 minutes, boy, I had the other tire on. I said, yeah, you think I'm NASCAR law over here. But all I could think about, I said, damn, I'm glad I didn't stay with that scissor jack. I say all of this is a long story. I say all of this is I hope that the Cowboys understand that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. Right now, your pump jack is Tyler Smith. Go ahead and insert him, put him in on his roster so he can have the opportunity to develop, to learn the system in and out. That's what we need this team to do. Chris from the 214, he says, what up, Law? I was 972 call. I couldn't answer at the moment. I got busy. My apologies. It's my birthday. It's no other content creator I would rather watch. Man, my goodness, man, happy birthday to you, man. Happy birthday to you, man. And go out there and be the lion on your birthday. Be the lion. And go out there. Keep calling in, man. I'll try to pick you up there. All right, so Y'all go out there and get you a pump jack, man. Don't you go out there and have that scissor jack. I know it's all cute inside your car, and don't try to be macho man with your chest out saying, well, Law just didn't know how to lift that thing up with that scissor jack. Don't be calling me when it's raining and the wind is blowing, and all of a sudden that wind knock you off of that jack. Don't be calling me dead. Go get you a hydraulic pump jack. That's the name of it, I believe. But happy birthday to my guy Chris 214. Man, I appreciate him so much. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try you one more time, see if your phone can answer now. 972. Is this you, Chris? Yeah, Chris, man, you had to call back. But I got the infamous Coach Marv, man. You're live, man, from the 803.
Hey, well, hold on 1 second, please.
No doubt, no. Yeah, that's the proper name of it. Yeah, hydraulic jack. Yeah, I call it pump jack. Man, I got one. I got one in the back of my car now. SUV. Yes, indeed. And pump jack is for hydraulic jack. That's a better way to say it. Yeah.
Mr. Law, what's going on, brother?
Nothing to it, man. Just chilling, talking storylines about the hydraulic jack versus that little scissor jack that's in the back of your car. You know.
Yeah, just to be prepared, man.
Gotta
I got
be
a
prepared.
big truck, man. They definitely got to have that big jack. I ain't got time to mess around with that little spin around thing and taking 100 hours just to get this vehicle up in the air to be able to change the tire.
Right.
Yeah, But I understand your analogy with the Cowboys. But I think, man, we I think sometimes we want to win so bad that we are so eager with the good season that we had. We so anxious with the sights of the defense and the sights of our team that we get to the point where we think we'll be able to cover all bases.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have some adversity. We're going to have some injuries. If you tell me the injuries we had on defense last year, that we would have been a 12th ranked defense, I would have told you it was crazy.
Yeah.
So we still played. So, again, with the offense, it may be a time that we're going to have some injuries. Let's be realistic, people. If CD Lamb goes down, there's nobody you're going to bring in here that's going to replace CD Lamb. And not at this time.
Not at this time.
So you're still going to be going, with this. I take it that I take it that we won the scrimmage yesterday.
Yeah.
It seemed like Dak was on point. We won the scrimmage basically. What people are reporting that we had a better day than them offensively. If that's the case, who we did it with?
We did it with Dennis Houston, Simi.
All right, then we ain't worried about this.
Not even Noah Brown.
Don't get so enamored. You get so enamored saying, if CD Lamb don't play, we're not going to be able to pass the ball at all in Tampa Bay. We're going to play a football game. We're going to be able to pass the ball. We may not be as efficient as we were with the top guys. We see it all the time. I've seen a Tampa Bay team, a New Orleans team that lost a wide receiver, lost a quarterback. They didn't say they couldn't throw the football. They was able to be efficient with their offense. This is where your coaches, if you got solace and faith in your coaches, then we know. I think if Lamb is healthy, I remember back when we got Amari Cooper. You remember that season when we went in and we went with this receiver by committee and we were struggling? But I don't say when we were struggling. Dak was never a struggle like he was the worst quarterback in the league. His struggles were never horrible, right? But he was struggling. The offense was struggling. We needed to get a number one receiver, right? So they made the trade for Amari Cooper, and then he took off during that rest of that season. I'm correct on that, right? And that's when he had a great last half of the season when he got Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
If we believe in our heart that CeeDee Lamb is the number one, we in that same boat now. Like we already got Cooper.
True that. True that.
So the offense was better when. Listen, we know where our bread and butter is. I just don't want the fans to take the running game because it's secondary, because we don't have receivers. Well, that's what we have to do. See, that's the word that's the feeling I'm getting. And that's what our offensive coordinator does. He runs the ball because we have to do it. Well, they're giving it to us. Well, people say we should run it. That's not commitment. That's doing it because, well, the receiver, we'll do it early in the season until the receivers get back, until Michael Gallup get back. We don't have to get by with it until they get back so we can go, and you know something? We're going to go right down that pigeonhole again. That's where it is. Because everybody got in their mind that you got to throw the ball 40 times to win the NFL. But stats don't tell you that.
No, you got to run that.
That's the media lie.
Yep.
But I don't want it to be that we certainly find some way to get back to it. I'm not saying that we got to be a run-first team. But if you're not committed to doing it, or you're doing it because you feel like you're forced to do it, you feel like you're doing it because you don't have no other choice, you're doing it because we don't have enough receivers, you're doing it because we got injuries in the receiver corps, that's not commitment. And once it gets any hiccup or giddy up or any stop, you're not going to go to it. You're going to go right back to what you committed to.
Big facts.
We just have to understand where do we lie in the commitment of what this team wants. I wanted to say one other thing. I listened to the Michael Parsons interview. It sounds so much like a Dan Quinn interview. If you listen to all the defensive players, you could just see a lot what they say comes out, and it seems like it's one defense on one accord. And then when you listen to the offense, everybody's saying something different.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to pull that.
So you got Kevin says one thing, Zach Martin says one thing about the play, then you got McCarthy says it just don't seem like everybody's on one accord. And I think in my final point is about this Tyler Smith thing. I have said on many occasions, I was talking to the boss yesterday, and I said that we need, if it's close, I don't understand why Tyler Smith is not, starting.
Right.
But I always if I get advice from a person and I respect the person and I respect their knowledge and I hear them out about what they say, I'm good to be able to sometimes sit back and objectively look. Well, I listened to Nate Newton's talk the other day and he was in agreement at this particular time that McGovern looked better based off what he has seen, totality of everything he's seen.
Right.
And there's some things but he said can't be caught up and passed by time. He says it's not very far, it's a little bit, but there is weeks to catch up and go ahead and pass it.
3 weeks.
It's not like he's not getting. Listen, it's not like he's not getting reps at first string. So he's getting the half of the reps. So he's getting in there with Tyler Smith. It's not like they're putting him where he's on the second string or way out where he's not getting in there and working. So so he's still getting his work, and you're probably not getting to him where he's supposed to be because it took us so long to get started into the physical nature of practice. So he should be right where he's supposed to be at, and he probably will start at the end of training camp. We're still about 3 weeks away, 2 preseason games, 3 weeks away. I think he can keep getting improving. He's 21 years old. He's getting reps. He's learning. Fine, but I already know he's going to be the starter for this year's out, no doubt, because he's going to continue to get better. So let's don't get so enamored with that he's not playing. Now, if he wasn't getting any reps, then I'll be like, something wrong here.
Right.
But he's just learning some small things, and those small things, and when I listen to Nate, some of those small things we're not going to see on every play, and sometimes there might be some confusion about plays and stuff of that nature that he may have not picked up yet. But the kid's 20 years old, 21 years old, NFL. Fine. And it's a luxury that we don't have to depend on him solely to be in there. That's a luxury. So let's take the luxury where it is. But this young man will be starting. This guy will be dominant this year. We hadn't even got to the season yet. He got some time, and let's see if he can keep on proving every week and get into that start lineup. But I go over man Nate said, right now, at this particular point today, he's getting edged out by McGovern.
So McGovern is, at this point, is the best man. So week one is going to be Tyron Smith, McGovern, Tyler Biadasz.
You can't, and as he said, you can't say week one. We 3 weeks away, Law.
3 weeks away? Yeah.
Yeah, we talking about, we got 2 people. We said, oh, man, well, these guys, there's going to be some other things. There may be some other positions that may switch here and there. Mm-hmm. Not many. But there's guys they're going back and forth. It's not like, if I watch the scrimmage, he's going on the second team, but then he's getting first team reps. So he's working with the second team, and then he's coming with the first team comes back. He's in there with the first team. So they're really splitting the snaps between both of those two as first team guys. So he's getting to work.
Now let me ask you this though, Coach. In a perfect world,
been a game experience with other guys.
Yeah. But in the perfect world, would you do it like this? Then I'm just asking. Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, Connor McGovern, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele. Would you go with that? Because Connor McGovern is Connor McGovern at center.
And I got a couple of questions about certain things. I don't know why McGovern is not. They're not putting McGovern at center. I don't know why they stopped that at all. When I watched Floniak, he wasn't bad.
And Lindstrom wasn't that bad either, though.
He was better. But I don't know what's going. I don't know what's up with that. I have no idea. It just seems like they got certain people that want to play at center. If you want to go with that, you have to. Once you start playing with the center game, once you get a guy in there and he starts getting the calls, he's better. You don't. That's another position you really don't play with because of the fact that it gives so many calls.
Right.
Now, is McGovern used to giving the pro set type of calls? Do they really feel comfortable with him to be able to orchestrate the calls inside the line of scrimmage? That's got to be the only thing, because I don't think he came in with a pedigree of playing in college. I think he's a sneaky snapper football. There's got to be some other reason that you're not putting him into the position of center, because I don't think we have the one glaring weakness we have. And I'm not saying Tyler Biadasz is bad, but we can improve at the center spot. I don't see what's going on with that. Maybe they think Floniak is his position is back up. In actual fact, Floniak might be playing better than Tyler Biadasz. But does Floniak have that aptitude of calling the line calls and stuff like that now? But Biadasz may be calling great line calls, but the execution of the line calls that he called, he has some work to deal with that. And we talked about holding calls. That's a lot of holding calls that he had last year. I think he had 15, 16. He had second most.
He had 11
on the team.
Tyler Smith had 11.
So you're talking about two out of the two guys. You're talking about 20 of the 30 offensive holding calls of the offensive line last year. That's a lot for the center, because he's going to be in point of the vulnerable position. If he doesn't have his technique right, he's going to be in a position where holding calls can be very, he can get a lot of holding calls. So I just don't understand. And that's something that, it's two things I don't understand. One, I don't understand why Connor McGovern is not getting a chance at center. Two, I done went back and looked at all the games. The ones that was on TV, the preseason game. Collins playing better tackle than Ball by far. I thought it was a joke. I said, man, maybe this might be the preseason game. Yeah. And I'm quite sure people don't have their eye on it because if they don't talk about a person, most times we don't look at them. Yeah. But the guy, and we'll see in this next preseason game.
Well, I can't wait till tomorrow then. I have my eyes fixated on 76, man. I appreciate you, Coach, for calling in.
Yeah, but like I said, man, let's don't panic. I think we're in a good position, and I go back to what you said, and I want to say this right quick. This is a long season. We want to get off to a good start. We don't have to have a magnificent start, but we want to have a magnificent ending.
No doubt. Ooh, that's good. Good stuff right there.
That's what we want. Good start, magnificent ending, win the race. That's all we're trying to do, win the race.
That's a good call from Coach Marv, y'all. Put your hands together for Coach Marv. Always delivering the good stuff, man.
Spartans! What is your profession?
This is Sparta! It's Coach Marv, man. Coach Marv in the house, man. Great observation too, by the way. And as I got my my hydraulic pump jack, that's the full name of it. That's what they call it on the thing, hydraulic pump jack. And then we got our let me pull around and show you guys what a scissor jack look like. This is a scissor jack right here. That comes standard with most cars. And think about it. You got to find all of those little pieces right there. You see the little pieces on the bottom of it. You got to find those pieces. And sometimes you're in your trunk, they can get jarred around and shaking around. And if you miss one of those pieces, it's going to be a long night. And make sure you have a four-way. But Cowboy Nation, great points by Coach Marv, man, and great points about the offensive line. I need to listen to the interview, what Nate Newton said. If you guys know which interview it was, let me know, and I'll go and find it, how many days ago it was, or what have you, and I will be sure to listen in to Nate Newton. Like I said, he forgot more football than I can even think of as it relates to that offensive line. I ain't going to sit back and fight with him on that, right? I'm just giving you guys from my thoughts and my reasonings. Hey, put the young guy out there. It's 3 weeks now. I'm looking at those practices and those other days and be like, man, he could be further along than where he's at now. But neither here nor there. Sometimes you got to give Connor McGovern that evaluation standpoint and say, okay, last year we threw Connor McGovern at left guard. Hear me out. They literally threw him in that spot without practicing at that spot. He was your swing guard, basically. So we'll find out, man. Scissor jacks and suicide jacks. It will get you killed. This from Keith Floyd. Appreciate you so much. But I learned, and my lessons were, hey, if I have a pump jack, give me the pump jack, man. Shoot, the scissor jack right now could be Connor McGovern, right? You know, he can get the job done. He for sure can get the job done. He can get that job done, but it's going to be harder, right? Naturally, he's a right guard guy, and he played at center. So he really never played at left guard. Technically, the spoonful of games that he played at left guard was basically his rookie time playing that spot. And now, if you thrust him out there or put him at left guard now, it could be a situation that, you are performing the other rookie, Tyler Smith, at that spot. But you've been playing this game for a long time, and it's not like what Coach Marv said. It's basically what Coach Marv said from his knowledge of it. If it's close, you give it to the younger guy. But like I said, the staff got their reasonings, and I can't wait to listen in to that interview. All right, 860, what do you know?
Law's VIP, baby.
Yes, indeed, man. What's good with you, man? Talk to me.
Yo, first of all, I want to give Coach Marv, a.k.a. Barry White, some love, man. I love me some Coach Marv, man.
Yeah.
Coach Marv,
soft, soothing voice.
He's one of them lions in the jungle that just, he started roaring. They just start coming down. The lioness just start running after him.
Yeah, he is that lion in the jungle, man. When he talk, I just listen, try to gain as much information as possible from him. And he's spitting at us, man. We should have had the umbrella.
Yes. Well, they say respect comes from admiration and fear, right? I think one thing that our OC has learned is we need the running game to help our defense out. What I've been seeing through this whole, I watched both of these. That wasn't a preseason game yet, but I watched both of the films on it.
Right.
And his emphasis on running and the holes that are being created by a.k.a. Mr. Nasty, which let me give you a footnote on Mr. Nasty. I heard a Will McCray interview with one of the guys from The Fan, and he said, don't take nothing from him not starting.
Okay.
Don't take nothing from 73 not starting in these preseason games.
Okay.
Will McCray said that.
He said it. Okay.
So basically, that's telling you what it is. Mr. Nasty will be starting against Tampa. He will be bodying people against Tampa. Did you see how he was handling them D tackles for and San Diego's? Excuse me. Is it still San Diego? No, they L.A., right?
It ain't L.A., man. Yeah. They messing up names and everything.
Yeah, they L.A.
But hey, are we the Arlington Cowboys or we Dallas? We play in Arlington. Same thing.
Here we go.
Man, come on.
Everybody wants to be technically right. We got to be politically right.
Yeah.
Yeah. A he, she, a me, a B. You can't be.
Hey, I literally heard an interview, man. The lady said, on Wednesdays, I'm day, So I'm going to go to the EEOC if y'all mess me up now. On Wednesdays, y'all got to address me as day. I said, wait a minute now. So you him on Thursdays, but Wednesdays you day, and you she on Monday. Nobody got time for all that.
Yeah, man. So what are you on Freaky Friday? Are you just a bleed? You a gumbo?
She dim.
But
look, they're gonna get us in trouble now, man. I don't have a yellow flag on this video.
All right. Let me get to the Cowboys points before we get off. I want to get some flowers, early flowers, to this guy. I've been sleeping on him for 2 years, but our boy Simi Fioco, how do I say it? Yo, this boy been looking good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He been looking good, man. I'm not pumping him up. Him and Houston, they're looking good. I don't know, Lord. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but they're looking good. And I got one more flower. My man Bland. Bland has moved up past baby fat. He's baby fat right now. Until he show me something, he baby fat.
Kelvin
Jones. Has moved past baby fat.
Baby fat.
I'm telling you.
Be careful, man. Be careful, man. Be careful. You know the vibes. Be careful. Semi-automatic. I love that nickname.
I'm just saying, man. I ain't mad at him, Lord. I'm just saying he needs to step up. But look, our boy Bland is the man right now, man. Bland is balling.
Yeah.
Bland is balling.
Yeah, he is balling, man. He's coming down and feeling. He is a guy that make plays, man. It's translating, from his college tape over to the NFL. And when he took this play to the house, I got it rolling on the highlight. I said, yeah, he a real one. He took that for 90 yards, man. 4.4 speed.
Yeah.
Good size.
Look at him. There he is.
Yeah, he good size, man.
He's a nice size. He's not afraid to go fill, and that's why GQ love him, because he's not afraid to go in and fill. And he's very hands-on. He had his hands on the ball a lot yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is, and he's frustrating. He's frustrating to the opposition, and he got range, man. I was thinking, shoot, I ain't gonna put him. I don't want him at nowhere near safety. I want him playing press. I want him redirecting. I want him to play boundary tech on the sideline. And I think that, think you like him now. Can you imagine if that front is what we think it's going to be? It's going to be, it's going to be nasty with it. Hip to hip. You say how you hip to hip with that?
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see our version of that NASCAR package.
Oh, it's going to be.
Do you know how that's going to help out our DBs?
Yeah. Tremendously, man.
I seen Parsons. Parsons basically had his fold up chair in the backfield. Parsons was in the backfield at will, through the A gap around the end. Yo.
So is Sam, man, Williams. So look.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait to week 1. 3 weeks, man, feels like 3 years now. I can't wait for this to all go through.
Yeah, can you imagine moving Tank down? Because they did that last year. Yeah. They had Tank and Micah on one side. You put the bull. Yo, I don't know what got into 96, but the Glaminator, what do you call him? This guy is bodying people.
He is, man.
You put him with Sam I Am, with Tank, and man, what Osa? I can't wait.
Man, it's finna get something. It's finna be nasty out here, man. It's about to get nasty, man. And I just can't wait for the defense. I'm a defensive guy. Can't wait for it to happen. VIP.
Look at it.
Yes, indeed. That's a big push, man. That's a real big push. And then it's
he even held up at the end.
Sometimes I got to pinch myself. I think that this defense under Quinn's leadership and everything is going to be nasty for us, man. And all of these things working out for the good. Even when we think about some of the things that Osa been doing, in practice, after practice, just being that guy working out with T-Pain, making sure that he getting everything going the right way. He's a big dude. So it's about to go down, fam.
Yeah, and I think our defensive line rotation is going to keep everybody fresh. Look, there goes my boy. Yo. Look at T-Pain.
Yo.
T-Pain. Can I buy you a drink?
Man,
look at T-Pain out there.
Look, man, if I ever see Coach out there, man, I'm buying him a drink, man. No homo, but I'm buying him a drink. I'm like, Coach, man, what you want, man? I got you on that drink, man. He been working like that coach right here. He should be like the off-season coach of the year. I mean, he works out with all of those guys, and he is a guy that takes time with those boys after practice. I'm talking about 15, 20, 30 minutes after practice, doing the same routine over and over again. I said, I'm getting tired of hitting record. Let me go find somebody else to record.
But that's it, though. That's that iron sharpening iron right there.
No doubt.
That's what we need.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, man. You got anything else before I let you go?
No, look, all I got left to say is watch my boy turn up. Watch my boy turn up on some 9 routes or some post routes. That's all we want him to run.
Yo,
the 9 or the post. That's it.
Skinny post. Get out of bounds. I'm yelling, out of bounds, baby. If they can catch him now. It's hard for them to catch him, man. He reminds me of the kid that runs with his socks on. You always run fast when you have your socks on or when it's at night. You ever ran at night, you be like, man, I run fast at night. I used to run around at night, baby. It seems like you're just running fast, man. I said, God dog, man, I promise you, I'm a 4'2" person too at night when I'm running, with the long socks.
But yeah, I do want to see him a little more at wide receiver, though. But, Lord, all I got to say from here, Lord, is how about them Cowboys? Let's go, Lord. Let's get it, baby.
Let's go, man. Appreciate you. What'd you say? Appreciate you, VIP.
I need me a Coach Marv segment, too, man. Give me one of them highlights.
Man, you know what? Oh, I'm gonna create one for you, man. I'm gonna have a man coming down with a suit and it just VIP. Him trying to get. I got one for you, VIP. I'm gonna create one. The VIP boom boom.
Lord.
Appreciate you, man.
You keep it up, baby, and give me one of those lion roars before we get out of here.
Oh,
give
okay,
me
I got
Parsons
you.
Roar.
Yeah. One of Parsons. There you go. Yeah. Woo! It's VIP, baby. Yeah. He might go do that too a little later on with his Swedes, But Cowboy Nation, man, it has been a beautiful episode altogether, man. I appreciate everybody for standing tall with me. Shout out to Manning for your donation earlier. I think I didn't get to it, so I appreciate you. And I think I got something else that I want to read out to those who've been giving back to the channel, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Leonard Owens, that's for the donation the other day. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Ken Art. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your love and adulations. Run and defense. What's the free agents? Running backs will be available. Three-headed monsters. I think I answered that one, and I don't know who will be the free agent guys that's out there. I truly believe that the Cowboys going to have a difficult decision to pick out of Rico or my guy from the Gators, Malik Davis. Last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl, we had a running back from Florida, on the team. Not saying that he's the same guy, but maybe you just bring him on just for those type of things. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to you, Illuminati, with the $2, man. I thank you so much. Dallas should replace the star with a flag. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that one. Dallas wasn't anything since Tupac was. Hey, man, you hate donated, but I appreciate you, man. Your love goes a long way with us, too. Jay Carter, appreciate you. Thank you for your donation. He says, hey, Law, is Duncanville/Cedar Hill the hood area? Nah, it's not, but it gets bad pub, but I feel you. Lisa, thank you for your donation too, for the $9.99 for your mind. Appreciate you. Jay Versick, appreciate you. Ball has been rolling to Dak. Yeah, you're right. And then Deshaun Taylor with the 99 pennies for your mind. Appreciate you. Thank you, Deshaun. And Desmond, thank you for your donation. You good content. Yeah, good content. Appreciate you. Love when the collab with the Cowboys. Appreciate you. And Smoke, what's good with you, man? Shout out to you for the $2 for jumping in. So Ball reminds him of a young Doug Free. Laugh out loud. Well, Doug Free, Ball, both good for run pro, right? Just suspect a little bit in pass pro. So I give you that nod. That's a good, as we call it, comp over here. Appreciate you guys so much for your love and adulations for the nation, Cowboy Nation. As we depart, be sure to smash that like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. And also, be sure to smash the notification bell.
Be sure to plug the notification bell for more content.
Y'all know how that goes, Cowboy Nation. So with that being said, on my way out, y'all already know what to do. Let me see. Y'all like Davis? Yep. I see a lot of people liking Davis. Y'all like Malik Davis. 96 Gallimore is the man. Yeah, he is. He is indeed. Let me see. Bam, put that up there. Gallimore is the bully. VIP. Shout out to you, Sadiqua. Keith Floyd, thank you. One of the new mods, man. Comes with great power comes great responsibility, Keith. Let me know if you like that spot, man. I think Keith been rolling with me for a long time. And I'm trying to find Jameson Taylor. If you are here in the chat, I'll make you a mod as well. I think he's been requesting to be a mod, but you got to be live in the chat in order for me to do that. Dre Matic, appreciate you. Shout out to y'all, man. It's about to go down, Cowboy Nation. It's about to go down. But shout out to you, Lady Jessica. Thank you for jumping in and being part of this one. All right, so we about to roll on up out of here, Cowboy Nation. Be sure. Instead of calling him Turpin, call him Turn Up. I like that. I like that. Because Cavante, with the odds against him, right? 5'0", 155 pounds, and that's with the weights on him, right? With the pads and everything. Even though he got all of that against him, he made it to the biggest and the brightest of the stage, right? In 3 weeks, we would know for sure if he's going to be able to be in the starting lineup for the Cowboys. You know, they say the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. It's to he that endureth to the end. This battle is not to the mighty, right? It's to the ones that's consistent. And that is what I'm looking for. That is what I want to see. Right, Cowboy Nation? And if Cavante can take the top off the defense and put the fear of you-know-what on the players on that field when it's time for kickoff or punt return, then it's a win-win for us. And if you like what he did last preseason game, I believe that the weather will be nice to us this preseason game. And one thing I do know for sure, if that brother can get that stop and go speed on you, it's over with, right? Ooh. Woo. I can't wait to see it. Right? So I'm rooting for the man. I root for the underdogs, right? But not just him. Dennis Houston, the underdog. Not just him. Dayron Bland, the underdog, right? And if you ask any of those guys, do they truly believe that they can make this team? I think that they will give you this.
Spartan! What is your profession?
This is Sparta! That's what we're looking for, baby. We're looking for someone who's not looking for the excuses, right? Oh, I'm undrafted. Oh, I'm too small. Oh, even Jalen Tolbert, man, I'm in the 3rd round. We're looking for someone that's hungry. I tell people all the time, you got to have that PhD mentality. Write this down. That's poor, hungry, and determined. You see, a person with a determined spirit can dig a ditch faster than the lazy man can with the crane. And he can even do it even if he's determined with a spoon. And that is what we heard about Rain Dakota Prescott in the opening of this video, right? He's optimistic. He said that literally this time last year he didn't get a chance to do the throws that he was able to do. He didn't get a chance to hit his wide receivers and go through the rudiments and the fundamentals of this game. Go back and rewind to the beginning. Shout out to Peter King and his interview with Dak. Go back and listen. So I tell people all the time, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind for it, if you will simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and scarcity, If neither foe, or loving friends, or any of those things can turn you away from the things you want. If dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty, you will get it. That's why they asked Dak, Peter King, are you expecting to play 10 years from now? And he said, no, I'm living in the moment for now. What are the things you are doing for the now? Take care of what you have in front of you now. Work out and become the better version of yourself now. That's who our quarterback is. And that's who these players are pretty much mirroring themselves after. Believe it or not, the leader of this team. Right? Dak, do you ever look back on the final play versus the 49ers? No, I only reflect on it. But it's about the now moment. That's why we were able to throw that Hail Mary and win it all at the end. Because I'm not living in the past. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, baby! Roll credits. Let's get it. Yeah.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blinging, she freeze. Photo.
Come on. Shout out to your Jetsons and Boston podcast. Let's go.
Hit the door and the dome and just whole team here. Might need some
big money, Sonny. Jay Versi, Keith Floyd, Mr. Owens, Stokes, Chris 214. Happy birthday to you again. Let's go. Those are all the sponsors and the supporters of this channel for today. Shout out to Sam, and Fresh King 36 for being in the mix. Let's roll those credits again. Let's give those guys some shine. Let it shine. Come on. Hey. What I do?
I keep giving game away.
Law.
I put game on layaway.
Nation.
I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days.
I do.
I might make it rain today.
I might.
I got paid
Let's
on
go.
pain today. Thought it'd take the pain
Happy
away.
Friday to
in
you
my
all.
own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul.
Never.
Heard your whole team was for sale.
Not
Heard us
ours.
on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never
Y'all know it.
All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh. Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food.
He needs some
now
milk.
You're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day.
He needs some milk.
Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take
Some
my
of the
moves.
trash talkers out here, we got some of this unbelievable breaking news. We do. Here it is, right here.
Now, so the cocaine problem, when does that crack come into play for you?
We answered, I talked stuff, I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You're gonna flop the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did.
Let's go Birds, fly, Eagles fly, still Super Bowl champs for now.
I can't make this stuff up, Cowboy Nation. As we get on up out of here, man, one love to you guys. It is always a pleasure of pointing at those doggone Eagles. Oh my gosh, man. Hey, I forgot to give shots out to my crew over here for helping this channel and everything else grow. Y'all bear with me as we pull them up. Hey, Texas Lottery Plaza, y'all be sure to give them a round of applause for this video. Yeah. Let's go. That's why I'm able to do this, right? For this amount of time. Speaking of time, let's roll. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Ghostface, I see you, fam. Let's get it.
Take a drag of my cigarette.
Let's go.
Breathe me out, breathe you in.
One love.
Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
And you.
For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights keep you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights
Merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
I'll follow.
Come on.
Wherever you go,
Who want to fight?
whatever you do.
Come on.
I've got balls of steel.
Stop the cap.
I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice. Tumbling down the rabbit hole.
Execute Order 66.
All right.
Seven wonders all in one.
All in one.
All in one. Don't let the street lights put you all alone. You know it's
Danger, baby.
to go alone. Don't let the street lights teach you. Can I be your shots fired? Shots fired. I'll follow. Whatever you go,
Live with your own failure.
whatever you do.
Come on.
Play it too.
Again.
If a paper crane can fly,
Another one.
then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far.
Again.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly,
Sing it.
fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Emotional, damn it.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
One love, y'all. We up out. Salute.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough,
Until next time.
and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you
Settle down just a little bit.
Wow.